for Yankees baseball on Yes. Game 1 of the 3-game series between the Yankees and the Royals is coming your way in just a couple of minutes. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Morakovitz. The Yankees had a tough series against the Boston Red Sox, dropping 2 of 3 earlier today. I asked Aaron Boone how his team goes about bouncing back.
Don't really feel like we're off track. You know, I mean, you're going to lose series here along the way, and you know they beat us, and again, you know, hit the ball out. We had a tough time keeping them in the ballpark, and they put up a bunch of runs against us. So, you know, just got to control that a little bit. It's something we've done pretty well all season, and I expect that to continue.
Max has been very good after a Yankees loss. I mean, he's been good all season long, but what do you make of him as a stopper?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great pitcher. You know, I was asked earlier about that. Like, you know, I don't think there's necessarily anything to it. You know, Max is very consistent in who he is on the days he's not pitching. He's very consistent in who he is on the days he pitches, and I think it's more a product of a great pitcher going out and executing in the middle of what's been a really great season so far.
And Max Fried has done an unbelievable job playing the stopper. He is 6-0 with an ERA under 1 after a Yankees loss. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Justin Shackle will be joined by David Cone. First pitch after the break.
Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Optimum Fiber. Get Optimum, the fastest fiber internet. Don't take slow for an answer. By your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. Start of a 6-game road trip for the Yankees as they enter play tonight at 39-25. Packed crowd at Kauffman Stadium. It's a big one for them. Jack Caglione making his Kauffman Stadium debut. Let's take a look at the Yankee lineup here tonight. Paul Goldschmidt in the leadoff spot. Trent Grisham batting second. Aaron Judge DHing. That means Cody Bellinger will be playing right field. Then you have Volpe, Chisholm, Dominguez in left. DJ LeMahieu at second. Austin Wells doing the catching and batting ninth.
And that lineup will face this rookie lefty, Noah Cameron. Be his 6th start on the year, and he's been off to a really solid start. You see that ERA says something there, and only 2 home runs given up, and a little bit more in our Nissan Pitcher Scatter Report. He is a hometown hero from St. Joseph, Missouri, just north of here. Certainly has his family and friends at every home game. He's got a true 5-pitch mix in terms of double-digit usage. I mean, it's a real 5-pitch mix. He uses them all a lot, and a really over-the-top release point with that mix.
The defense brought to you by your Tri-State Chevy dealers. Canna in left, Drew Waters in center, the rookie Caglione in right, Salvador Perez, longtime catcher at first base here tonight. India at second, Witt Jr. at short, Michael Garcia starting at third base with Freddie Fermin behind home plate. There is the Phenom, and here we go. Cameron's first pitch is upstairs as we get started here at Kauffman Stadium. 1-0 to Goldschmidt. So Cameron, super efficient, David. 13.1 pitches per inning. As this is rolled on the ground to short. Bobby Witt Jr., strong arm, 1 away.
Right on cue, Justin, as he throws a lot of strikes and gets it over. And let's give you a little bit more on our keys to the game, brought to you by Kia. Movement that inspires, and for me the superstar matchup's got to be Bobby Witt Jr. and Aaron Judge, but there are some gifted youngsters here as well, and Jack Caglione we're going to see, and of course Jason Dominguez, you know, the young Yankee rookie too, that's off to a solid start. But for me, Max Fried is the X factor, the third point, and the keys to the game.
And Fried going for his league-leading 9th win of the season. Yankees are 11-2 when Fried starts. Grisham takes a ball upstairs, had a hit, a walk, run driven in Sunday's loss. And Noah Cameron has pitched like a lefty who does not want to go back to AAA Omaha. Royals brought him up when Cole Reagans went down with a groin strain. And now they're talking about, at least in the immediate future, of a potential 6-man rotation because he's pitched so well. That's ball 4. We talked about his efficiency, David. This is the first time that he hasn't retired the side in order in the first inning.
It's not what you want. As Joe Girardi used to say, you don't want to walk somebody in front of this guy.
Aaron Judge taking the show on the road. 2 home runs. Part of a 3-hit Sunday night at the stadium. Now batting .396 on the year. Leading all of Major League Baseball. 23 homers, 55 driven in. Cameron's next pitch. Missed upstairs. So Reagan's already returned. Michael Lorenzen back as well. There's talks about him maybe moving to the bullpen just so Noah Cameron can stay up here with the big club. 2-0. Swing and a deep blast way out into left field. Judge can't stop, won't stop. Why would he? 2-run jack in the first. 2-0 Yankees. Unbelievable.
Did you see it land? Where did that ball go?
Way past the Royals Hall of Fame.
My goodness.
Home run number 24 for Aaron Judge. It's 2-0 Yankees.
I mean, there are home runs, they're blasts, and then there's that. That is just a moonshot. You can tell by looking at his face. Did you get it? Yeah, I got all of that one. Yeah, you did, Aaron Judge.
My gosh.
118 miles an hour up the bat. 469 feet. I've never seen one hit up there at the K here at Royal Stadium.
Bellinger rolls it to India. 2 away. Let's go back to the home run. Judge telling Noah Cameron there are levels to this.
I mean, he almost hit it out of the stadium. That's never even come close to being done here. He just almost did it. He's making a bid to hit it completely out of the ballpark.
Anthony Volpe standing in. Had a 2-for-5 night back on Sunday. See what he's done here this season. Next pitch. It's just a one-man show, David. My gosh, even like on Sunday night, you get to the 9th inning. Chop to first. That's a fair ball. Friendly hop for Volpe. Wide turn at first. He's going to test Caglianone's arm. And Volpe slides in safely with a 2-out double. Now, Caglianone is a former two-way player at the University of Florida. He has an arm, but Volpe tests it out. His team-leading 19th double of the season.
See, right off the top of home plate with a lot of topspin, just gets down the line. And Volpe kind of hesitated for a minute and then turned it on. And Caglianone bobbled it just a bit. See him there, kind of set him up, almost baited him a little bit, and then he's gone. Well done by Anthony Volpe.
Here's Jazz Chisholm Jr., and he's walked up to a chorus of boos every step he's taken here at Kauffman Stadium, from the player intros to his at-bat here. First pitch swinging. India. Side retired, but Aaron Judge making his presence felt in Kansas City. The Yankee captain going out way, way deep to left. Yeah, oh my, 2-0 Yankees. Aaron Judge hits a 2-run bomb in the top of the first. Yankees lead at 2-0. Let's take a look at the Royals starting lineup, beginning with Jonathan India. Then it is Bobby Witt Jr. Michael Garcia, breakout season for him, hits third. Pasquantino DHing. Salvador Perez at first. Mark Canha hitting sixth. 7, 8, 9. Caglianone, Fermin, and Drew Waters going up against Yankees lefty ace Max Fried.
Yeah, Max Fried toeing the slab here in Kansas City at the K. And those numbers are just off the charts, all of them. Look at them and weep if you're the opponent. And our Nissan pitcher scouting report, yeah, a true stopper, and his pitch ability we've talked about, his dominance of the junior circuit. I'll give you some numbers, Justin, but just ridiculous in his career against the junior circuit, the American League. 30 career starts. He's 21-3 with a 1.67 ERA.
He's just been such a valuable addition for the Yankees. Jonathan India leading off at 3 hits in Sunday's win against Chicago. He's hitting .248, which is the same average he had as a member of the Reds last season, but he's drawn fewer walks, hasn't hit with as much power this year. He was traded to Kansas City in the offseason. This is a very streaky Royals team. Over the last 53 games, the Royals have lost 8 of 9. They won the next 16 of 18. Now they've gone 10-16 over this latest stretch.
They need offense. They got to hit. Their pitching's pretty good.
Matt Cotraro finished runner-up for American League Manager of the Year in 2024. Tapped right at home plate. Let's take a look at the Chevy Yankees defense. Jason Dominguez gets the start in left field. Grisham in center. Bellinger in right. Then it's Goldschmidt at first. LeMahieu at second. Volpe at short. Jazz Chisholm Jr. at third. Austin Wells catching for the 31-year-old lefty. As we take a look at home plate umpire Brian Walsh's scouting report. We like to see that, David, right?
Attaboy.
2-2. Tried to bury the four-seamer. You talked about it at the top, David. If you want to watch a lefty ply his trade, the craft of pitching, you've come to the right spot with Max Fried.
Yeah, and even more importantly in today's game when the emphasis is on velocity, you've got a guy like this excelling.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Did it with the heater, but it's about placement. Game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. 84 degrees. Not too much humidity here for Kansas City this time of year, right?
This is perfect tonight. As the sun goes down, humidity hasn't really kicked in yet. Not really breezy tonight. So that was all Aaron Judge at almost 470 feet.
Here's Bobby Witt Jr., the runner-up to Judge for AL MVP last year. He hit a 2-run homer in Sunday's game. There you see the numbers so far.
Kansas Cityans talk about Bobby Witt Jr. with reverence, not just because he's a great all-around ball player, but he's high character. He's the guy signing autographs every night for everybody that asks. Ingratiated himself in this community. He's a true superstar in every sense.
It's a franchise cornerstone. Fried behind 2-0.
Of course, the Royals signed him long-term, so he's here. And that's what you can build around when you have a guy like that.
And the Royals got to the postseason last year, David. I will not ever forget when the Yankees finished the Royals off in 4 games. It was Bobby Witt Jr. as the lone player remaining in the Royal dugout, and Giancarlo Stanton went over to him to tell him basically that, hey, you have a bright future.
It was Aaron Judge who talks about his year this year and his high batting average as to comparing himself to Bobby Witt Jr. wanting to be more like him in terms of putting the ball in play and becoming a better all-around hitter.
Bounce to short. Volpe. 2 away. Anthony Volpe, Bobby Witt Jr., pretty good friends, playing on the 18U team back at their amateur games. Here's Mikel Garcia, who's really had a nice breakout season. Top 10 in the American League, batting average and OPS, doubles, stolen bases. I don't know how many around the Royals peg Garcia to be hitting third for them right now.
It's sizzling too. 16 doubles, seven homers.
Garcia's already matched his home run total from last season. Fried's 1-1. Rolled back up the middle. Tough play for LeMahieu. Floating throw is in time. They get Garcia. And Max Fried retires the side in order. On to the second at the K. 2-0 Yanks. Let's check out FanDuel's live same-game parlay. Paul Goldschmidt to record a hit in the leadoff spot. Cody Bellinger to drive in a run. Max Fried to record at least 5 strikeouts.
I'm in on that.
Fried already has one in the books. Here's Jason Dominguez facing a lefty. First pitch from Noah Cameron in there for a strike. See what Dominguez has done in 52 games. He has hit 143 against lefties in 2025. And Noah Cameron, he talked about it from nearby in St. Joseph's, Missouri. He grew up infatuated with the 2015 Royals World Series winning team, and several starts ago they honored the team for their 10-year anniversary. Hard to think about that already, but there you had members of the 2015 team watching Noah Cameron from a suite here at the K. It was so surreal for him.
And the '85 World Series championship team. So the two championship teams were brought together. Everybody from George Brett and Brett Saberhagen to, of course, that great 2015 team.
This is popped, shallow right field. Running in Caglione, still coming on, and it drops right between 3 players. And Dominguez will have himself a single. Got lost in the triangle, David.
Exactly. No chance. You couldn't have picked it up with your arm and thrown it out there any better. The only guy with a real chance was India. Caglione was playing deep and over. So much outfield territory out here at the K. A lot of ground, a lot of green out there.
Well, here's DJ LeMahieu swinging a hot bat. 9 for his last 21. Homered in Sunday's game. LeMahieu 16 for 62 on the season. Still getting his feet wet after his late start. Punch foul.
He's been getting a lot of good at-bats lately. When you look at DJ LeMahieu, everybody wants to know, what does he have left? Is he going to be a guy that can be an answer in the infield? Do the Yankees need to make a trade? He's comfortable at second base. That's what Aaron Boone said. He wants to give him a sort of a runway to see what he can do at his most comfortable position. His OPS is up over 700, so he's been better as of late. A couple of homers.
He's definitely stung the ball. I mean, he made it an out late in Sunday's game. It was a missile to right field, but it was caught in right. This one a weak dribbler. Off the mound, Cameron. Dominguez will go to second. So a runner in scoring position with 1 away.
A good changeup from Cameron gets DJ up the end of the bat. And we talked about Cameron. He works fast, throws a lot of strikes. Very unpredictable in that 5-pitch mix. 4-seamer, cutter, curve, slider, and a change. Good changeup there.
Austin Wells hitting 9th tonight. didn't go around, according to third base umpire Carlos Torres. Wells was a pinch hitter in Sunday's game. Take a look at Noah Cameron's arsenal, presented by StatCast 3D.
You see a lot of guys with 5-pitch mixes, but usually the 4th and 5th pitch are down in the 5 or 6% range in usage. That's an impressive usage pattern right there, and of course the batting average against in a small sample size has been good so far.
Well, he had been trending to a historic start. He had gone at least 6 innings and allowed 1 run or fewer in each of his first 5 career starts. Aaron Judge made sure it didn't extend to a 6th start. This is popped foul. But the only pitcher in big league history to also do that was Fernando Valenzuela when he did it in his first 7 starts.
Fernando Mania. That was unbelievable, and he was throwing shutouts. He was going 9, Fernando, to sell out crowds.
1-2 to Wells. Bounced over to third. Garcia throws on the run. It's in time. Dominguez stays put at second. So with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, it'll be Paul Goldschmidt. After grounding out to short, Goldschmidt 3 for his last 31. What are you seeing lately with him at the plate?
It's just one of those things you go through during the season. I don't see anything different in terms of his approach. You have to look at the quality of contact in there as well. We tend to focus on just the numbers, the bottom line numbers, the batting average numbers. Sometimes there's a story underneath when you look under the hood. And as long as he's still making quality contact, and he seems to be to me. Cameron works fast. Look at him. He's ready to fire. No wasted time. You love that with a young pitcher. Dictate the pace.
Take the ball, let it go. Ahead 0-2. It's hit foul. Some Royals people were comparing him to Mark Burley in that regard. Works fast.
That's a guy you want to be compared to. And sometimes it helps too if you don't think too much. You just trust the catcher. Tell me where you want it. I'm just worried about execution. That seems to be the case with Cameron.
Got Goldschmidt to chase. There's strike 3. And the side is retired. Yankees strand a runner in scoring position up 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second inning, and we need to welcome to the S family the newest addition. It's James Joseph Volk Duarte. He was born on Sunday at 7:46 p.m. 7 pounds 4 ounces. Mommy Jen and Daddy James, they're both doing great. Getting plenty of sleep, I'm sure. His dad Matt, big brother Tommy are also awesome. So James Volk Duarte, newest Yankee fan. Then he passed Cantino, dribbler to third, not in time. Good effort there by Jazz. Doesn't look like the Yankees are going to take too close a look at this.
Look at the spin on that thing, just snaking out there. Jazz Chisholm's got no business making that as close as it is. Incredibly difficult just to get your hand on that. What an effort.
We talk about players learning new positions, moving to new spots, trying to figure out what works for them as Salvador Perez stands in, and he pops it up. Backing out is Volpe. Charging in Dominguez. No one's going to get it. It drops in no man's land in left center, and the Royals have the first 2 on.
It's a about as unlucky as it gets for Max Fried, but we talked about how big the outfield here is. And this time of night, too, it's hard to see. See, Grissom doesn't get a good read off the bat. Neither did Volpe.
So here's Mark Cannon, veteran left fielder. He's hit lefties well this season. Perez at first, Pasquantino at second for the Royals. This is a team that is 27th in baseball in runs per game, 25th in on-base percentage. Yankees didn't see Canna when the Royals were in the Bronx back in April. He's on the IL with an adductor strain. Roll to second, could be two. LeMahieu, Volpe, twirling and can't get it to first in time. Over to third goes Pasquantino. And outs made at second. Royals will have the runners at the corners for the rookie Caglione. First home game in the big leagues. Made his big league debut last week in St. Louis. Jack Caglione. 6'5", listed at 250 pounds. David, he has a size 17 shoe.
Yes. He brought in a big crowd, got a big applause, and a big guy.
And he went 4 for 4 in Sunday's game against the White Sox. Fried's 0-1. The Royals selected him 6th overall in last year's draft. They signed him for $7.5 million out of the University of Florida.
On Jack Caglione.
He was a two-way player at Florida. And he only played 14 professional games in the outfield. Close play at first base. Free with an excellent pickoff move. And he's going to be in right field for the foreseeable future. Because you're not going to have Vinny Pasquantino or Salvador Perez split up their platoon at first base. And let's face it, there's no pop from this outfield, David.
Now that's why this crowd is so excited. I mean, it's so hard to find young superstar position players in today's game. He just zoomed through the minor leagues and got here quickly.
Now 2-2. Jack Caglione went to Henry B. Plant High School in Tampa, literally right down the road from Steinbrenner Field. 2-2. Broken bat. Going to be a tough play. LeMahieu charging. Shovels to first. They get the out there. Scoring from third is Pasquantino. So an RBI ground out for Jack Caglione in his first Kauffman Stadium plate appearance. It's 2-1 Yankees.
The value of contact, a 95-mile-an-hour sinker breaks his bat. But he hung in there and got the RBI.
So 2 away now. Canna at second. Here's Freddie Fermin, who does the catching when Salvador Perez is playing first base. Fried behind 2-0. And one thing that Aaron Boone consistently says about Max Fried, obviously the ability's there, the talent's there, but his competitiveness is just a level above. And that's why so many of his teammates love playing behind him. Trying to battle out of a jam here in the second.
Sometimes it's the quiet ones, so they're the most intense, right? Max Fried, very smart, soft-spoken, but very intense when he's got the ball in his hand.
Tapped weakly. Fried. Side retired. Takes it himself. Puts him away. Royals score 1. It's 2-1 Yankees onto the third. Time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And tonight's picture comes to us from Erin, who shared this shot of her family outside Yankee Stadium before Sunday's series finale against the Red Sox. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Hey, some Royals ownership in the stands tonight. Pat Mahomes.
He's got baseball in his blood.
One and one to Grisham. Our producer, Troy Benjamin, and I, we were discussing, you know, outside of Kansas City, who's the more recognizable athlete for the Chiefs? Is it Pat Mahomes? Is it Travis Kelce?
Well, Kelsey's made a meteoric rise, right?
That's
for
right.
Obvious reasons. But I still say him because of the Super Bowl rings.
It's got to be Travis Kelce. Come on.
I was going with Travis Kelce.
So he's with a megastar. He's everywhere.
Well, I agree. She's a star. Yeah.
Grisham strikes out. That'll bring up Aaron Judge, who hit a 469-foot home run as we take a look at the Spectrum exit velocity on home run number 24 for Judge. Wow. I think that was going onto the roof of the Hall of Fame, David.
It did. I mean, and right behind that is out of the stadium.
So we're being told that the longest home run in Kauffman Stadium history was 484 feet by Jonathan Scope in 2015. But when it comes to Bo Jackson, his first homer here, 475 feet.
I remember
86.
that. I was here. I was in the bullpen as a young member of the Royals.
What do you remember about that shot?
Nobody had ever seen anything like it. I mean, they just didn't hit home runs at Royal Stadium back then like that. I mean, it's a different configuration now since they've renovated the stadium.
Swing and a miss. Cameron wins that battle. Let's take a look back at that home run from Bo.
AstroTurf. You see in left center field on the grassy knoll. Nobody had ever hit one up there like that. Well, I mean, the camera lost it. It was way up there. Never saw that before.
Bo knew it was gone.
It was stunning to see a baseball hit like that here back then, 1986.
It was 475 feet. Two and one to Bellinger.
People ask me all the time, and we were rookies together. We broke in together. I used to give Bo a ride back to the hotel, and you know, they say, "What was he like?" I said, "It's if you like Greek mythology and Zeus,
Foul ball.
it's like Zeus came down off the mountain and said, 'I want to be a baseball player,' and he jumped in Bo Jackson's body. I mean, he was really like a Greek god."
What kind of car were you and Zeus riding in?
I I had a doo-doo brown colored Ford Granada, and he got all over me for that car. It was rusty. About 500 bucks I got it for. I was a rookie. I had no money. He never let me live it down. And he never asked for another ride either.
Full count to Bellinger. And he sends it high and deep into right field down the line, but that'll hit the seats. Cody Bellinger has done a really nice job against lefty pitching this season. So as far as lefty on lefty goes, Bellinger right at the top of the league, a 364 mark in 2025. Shift is on for the lefty. And again, popped up, foul territory. How many miles did you put on that doo-doo brown Ford?
It already had a couple 100,000 on it by the time I got it for 500 bucks.
Eighth pitch of the at-bat. Over toward the left side. Good pick by Garcia onto the shift. And Noah Cameron retires the side in order. But take a look and just watch. Oh, Bo knows. One of the best players in the mid-'80s to late 80s and into the 90s. Bo Jackson, a Royal superstar. Fans, make your Yankees players all-stars. Scan the QR code to cast your 2025 Pro Spirit MLB All-Star Ballot daily or visit MLB.com/vote. Max Fried facing Drew Waters, the switch hitter in 50 games so far. Gets the start in center field tonight with a lefty on the mound. Fried behind the 9-hitter. And it's tapped weakly to the left side. Fried quick off the mound. A really good fielding pitcher.
Incredible. Textbook to end the last inning, similar type play. And this is how you do it. Not only do you get off the mound quickly, but watch the bare hand. Push it into the ground, get it, and wing it in there. Doesn't long arm it either. That's how you do it with the bare hand. Make sure you get good control of it by shoving it in the ground and making sure you got good control of it. And then a sidearm delivery like an infielder.
What's the importance of the sidearm delivery?
Just getting rid of it quicker. And that way you can control from not, airmailing it over the head. Control your release point a little better from a lower release point. See a lot of guys come over the top and they sail it down the line.
India 0 for 1, Fried's first and only strikeout victim so far. Another play for Volpe. 2 away in the third.
It's classic Max Fried, right? Not going for strikeouts, getting ground balls, controlling your pitch count.
Pitching with terrific trust of the fielders behind you. Here's Bobby Witt Jr.
I love the rhythm of Max Fried too on the mound. Just everything's so in sync. When he turns to the side and the glove goes up, the knee goes up, and when he breaks his hands, the knee comes back down.
Shot down the left field line and foul.
If you're a young pitcher watching mechanics, watch Max Fried. The rhythm, the tempo, and the synchronicity of that delivery is just impeccable.
He has him consistently down to a T. 0-2. Here's the stats with lows on Max Fried. Following a Yankees loss, nobody better. Fried 6-0. The Yankees are 7-0. And he's held opponents to a 146 batting average against. Trying to go for a quick inning here in the third. You see Garcia on deck. Back on April 15th, Fried held the Royals to 2 runs over 6 2/3 in a win. Witt punches it out pretty deep to left field. Dominguez there makes the catch in the sun, and a 1-2-3 10-pitch third inning for Max Fried. We go to the fourth, 2-1 Yanks. Tonight's injury report is brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Giancarlo Stanton with the Somerset Patriots, 2 for 3, drove in 3 in his first rehab game today. He's expected to play again tomorrow. And Meredith, as far as when we could see Stanton in a Yankee uniform, Aaron Boone was asked that, could it be this weekend at Fenway Park?
Justin, it seems pretty unlikely that he's going to return against the Red Sox this weekend. It's really going to be Giancarlo Stanton that's driving this bus for the most part. See how he reacts after tonight's game and then how he reacts after playing back-to-back games. And then he'll determine how many more rehab games he thinks he needs, how much more pitching he needs. And the Yankees certainly will be in that conversation back and forth with him after every game. So I think it's going to be a little unlikely to see him in Boston, but who knows? Never say never. One guy that I know you are not going to see is Jake Cousins. Aaron Boone said that he's been completely shut down. He's going to have an MRI on his elbow. He's experienced some discomfort last time he was throwing. So that's something to keep an eye on. Aaron Boone saying that he doesn't want to speculate in that one until they get those images back. And Marcus Stroman is set to begin a rehab assignment tomorrow with the Somerset Patriots.
So, Giancarlo Stanton, maybe not this weekend, but his return
Soon.
is imminent.
Yeah.
We know that for sure, and Stanton's going to know better than most. The Yankees feel trust Stanton in terms of knowing his body really well. Where does he fit in, or what's the domino effect of Stanton rejoining the lineup, David?
But it's Fenway Park. He's pretty
right.
good there. If he's ready, but Meredith's all over that.
That's why I said never say never, Cody, right? He knows he hits well there.
Can always have a weekend surprise.
That is the question, right? The mix of players. You worry about Ben Rice, who's been so good and a little bit unlucky with the way how hard he's hit the baseball, and his overall number is still good.
Cameron ahead 0-2 on Jazz Chisholm Jr.
And chalk that up as good problems to have, right? Too many guys, too much power. Young Noah Cameron kind of rising to the occasion here after that blast that Judge hit off of him. He's been pretty solid, matching Max Fried.
A ball and 2 strikes to Chisholm. So Chisholm was booed during introductions. He's been booed each plate appearance here. It all stems back to the postseason, the division series last year, when the Royals won Game 2 in the Bronx. And Jazz said that the Royals just got lucky in winning that game. He was booed heavily here in Games 3 and 4. Pops it up to Caglione in right center. 2 away. They don't forget here, Dave.
Good baseball town, and a big crowd for the Yankees, and of course they're excited too about their new young star. They can pitch. This is a typical Royals game. They're in a lot of games.
And the rotation's fully healthy now. Dominguez with a bloop single in the second.
Go back to the history of baseball in Kansas City, back to the Kansas City Monarchs too, and of course the Negro League Hall of Fame here. The great Buck O'Neill. I went to high school with a kid named Kevin Wyatt, whose father pitched in the Negro Leagues.
Wow.
Kevin Wyatt was a great football player, played at Arkansas and then a little bit in the NFL as well. Talked about his father. I got a chance to talk to his father about the Negro Leagues and what it was all about.
So many of the best players went through the Negro Leagues.
Yes, it was right here. The Kansas City Monarchs was ground central for that league, for everything.
Mentioned Buck O'Neil, Satchel Paige. I remember going to the Negro League Museum a couple years ago for the first time, and there was a picture that just personified everything that I could read about Satchel Paige. Just sitting on the hood of a car, lighting a cigarette, dressed to the nines, as Dominguez dumps one in an identical spot from the second inning. 2 for 2 with 2 dumpers and right.
It's unreal to be able to do that twice. Look at the look on his face, almost sheepishly. But you take it. 2 for 2. Full swing and a duck fart right there.
So LeMahieu will get an at-bat here in the top of the 4th.
So processing that description of that hit that I just gave.
Duck fart?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of what it was, though.
This is lined into center field. Base hit for LeMahieu. Up to second goes Dominguez. So the Yankees with 2 hits with 2 outs. Austin Wells will bat.
Another bullet from LeMahieu. That's classic LeMahieu style, kind of inside out, right back up the box. 101 miles an hour. He just looks more balanced. He looks like he's finally, after all the issues with the lower half, that he's kind of feeling good now.
Lefty-lefty matchup for Wells at the plate. Numbers have been better in his last 11 games entering this evening. 297 with 2 homers and 8 driven in. Grounded out to third, back into second. Yankees trying to add to their 2-1 lead with 2 outs here in the 4th. Dominguez at second, LeMahieu at first. Cameron behind 2-1.
One thing about Cameron that he's shown to the Yankees so far is he's a strike throwing machine out there. 69 pitches, 46 strikes. All around the dish with all of his pitches.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and it's fisted foul. He was the Royals' 7th round pick in 2021 out of the University of Central Arkansas. Didn't pitch in that 2021 season after undergoing Tommy John surgery. Pitching for his boyhood team, just like the guy next to me did. 2-2. Nope. Time was called.
A little bit
too late?
Yeah, just a little bit.
heated would you get when that happened?
Well,
On the inside.
yeah, you're definitely perturbed. Cameron did the right thing. Just go ahead and throw the pitch. Last thing you want to do is stop mid-delivery and possibly put yourself in a position to get injured.
Full count to Wells. Runners are going to go, and it's sliced foul. Yankees doing a good job driving up the pitch count for Noah Cameron. 2 runners reach with 2 outs. The 8th pitch of this at-bat with Austin Wells coming up next. Payoff again. Popped up. And this will reach the seats again.
The 14th foul ball off of Yankee bats collectively, and that's how you push that pitch count up.
And Wells come through with a runner in scoring position at 2 outs. Payoff. Swing and a high drive deep into right field. Caglione on the chase at the wall. It is gone. 3-run bomb by Austin Wells. Right into the Royal bullpen. And with 2 outs, the Yankees at 3. It's 5-0 Yanks. Wells coming through as the Yankees able to spark a 2-out rally here against Noah Cameron.
What an at-bat from Austin Wells. And buys himself a little slider that speeds him up and runs into it. Caglione, the athlete, makes a bid, but that's just too far.
Home run number 11 on the season for Wells. And it's also his 5th in just his 11th career game against the Royals.
Interesting.
Become a Royal assassin here.
Yes, that is interesting. That was just a great at-bat. All those foul balls, working it. Now you got your ace, Max Fried. A little cushion to work with. The more you foul off, the tougher out you are, the better chance you have to get a hanging slider like you just did and run into it.
Well, the string of success for Noah Cameron to begin his big league career ends tonight here against the Yankees. They've tagged him for 5 runs as Goldschmidt lifts it into center. Drew Waters puts it away. Austin Wells with a 3-run shot. Yankees are up 5-0. The Negro League Museum, one of the best stops in all the Midwest. Go back and relive history here in Kansas City. Let's take a look at the good hands replay with Max Fried.
That's right. You got an athlete on the mound today. And watch him just barehand those balls by pushing them in the ground first to make sure you get the grip on it. That is just textbook for fielding your position as a pitcher on those type of plays.
Putting your bare claw in the mud.
Yeah, push the ball down so you make sure you get a grip.
Fried threw 10 pitches in the bottom of the 3rd. Yankees drove up the pitch count for Noah Cameron. He threw 26 in the top of the 4th. 5-1 Yankees here as they try to become the 2nd American League team to 40 wins. So far, what you want, the pitch efficiency there. And we saw Carlos Rodon doing a great job over the first 4 innings and change Sunday night. Then kind of fell off, a walk, tough home run to digest down the right field line, maybe carried over toward the next inning, and then you get into the bullpen here. And Meredith was talking about how Jake Cousins is set for an MRI here. The bullpen seemingly on fumes a bit here, David. What do you make of the Yankee bullpen right now?
Well, certainly Luke Weaver was a big blow. You got to get him back, and yeah, the thankful part is it's a hamstring rather than an arm issue. He's so solid, so efficient. Talk about hitters that lengthen out of lineup. Luke Weaver lengthens out of bullpen.
Garcia pops it up. Volpe putting it away with 2 hands. Let's take a look at your local Tri-State Genesis retailers on Vinny Pasquantino. Not too bad. American League Player of the Week.
Sasquatch has had it working.
407 over his last 21 games. Good contact, power skills, and he pops it up. Chisholm venturing into foul territory, makes the catch. It's a tougher play than Chisholm made it look. And that's been pretty common with Jazz at third so far.
A tough sky, too, to pick that up right now. The 6:40 start here in Kansas City. A white baseball against that sky right there, that's not ideal.
That's why Judge made it easy for the outfielders in the first. Just parked it over their head. Yanks up 4 in the bottom of the 4th. 2 out, nobody on. Salvador Perez reached on a single back in the 2nd. Reach for, sent down the right field line, and it's foul. This place is packed. Tuesday night, start of the summer. For a facility that opened in 1973, it is still one of the best spots, especially here in the Midwest.
It has weathered well as a stadium, sort of that mid-century modern style, the half-moon shape of the upper deck. One of the problems they've had is just sort of the infrastructure around the stadium here that so many organizations love to have, the restaurants, the city.
Chopper right to Chisholm. Strong throw, and a 1-2-3 4th inning for Max Fried in the Yankees. We go to the 5th, 5-1 Yanks. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. By Untuckit. Find the perfect fit today at untuckit.com or more than 80 stores worldwide. And by Hyundai. Test drive a new Hyundai today, only at your local Hyundai dealer. The Fountains, they're on. So are Aaron Judge and the Yankees. Judge is in the on-deck circle as we start off the 5th inning. Yankees up 5-1. A 2-run bomb from Judge in the first. A 3-run shot with 2 outs from Wells in the 4th. And terrific pitching thus far for Max Fried. 0-2 following the bunt attempt. Why not? Get on by any means necessary with number 99 lurking.
Especially with the pitch count that's already elevated. Yankees scored 3 in the last inning. You get the leadoff guy on base here, then you get a chance to knock him out of the game.
Grisham walked in the first, struck out in the 3rd. We were talking about DJ LeMahieu and some of the balls that he's hit hard, and it seems like he's finding that contact rhythm that we've known him for. Trent Grisham, some of the numbers on the surface have taken a drop, but underneath the hood, he's still hitting the ball pretty hard. Let's take a look at the Optimum Don't Take Slow for an answer replay on that big-time 2-run homer. You see the fans going for the chase of it. And it went over their head. Even they had no shot.
Anytime you see players on both sides in the dugout, the awe on their face, somebody like Judge hits one like that, tells you all you need to know. His peers are in awe of him.
1-1. Judge recorded his 43rd multi-homer game of his career on Sunday. Cameron ahead. 1-2. Didn't go. Cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution on hexclad.com. Insane numbers on the road for Aaron Judge. A 53-game road on base streak. Got him. Out in front of the changeup. 2 away.
Good sequencing from Cameron here. A couple of sliders down and in, and then the changeup. That looks just like a fastball.
Here's Cody Bellinger, 0 for 2 ground outs. 2 out, nobody on, top of the 5th. 5-1 Yankees. Going for their 4th straight win over the Royals this season. And the Royals, we talk about their struggles on offense. They came into the Bronx back in April. They held the Yankees to 4 runs or fewer and couldn't win a game. That's what's going to hold them back this year, if anything.
That's why all the excitement around Jack Caglione here now, in the middle of that order potentially.
One, two. Got him out in front. Noah Cameron retires the side in order here in the 5th. Max Fried's turn in the home half next. .com. You get a bucket hat, a chicken bucket.
I'm a fan of bucket hats.
Yeah. Here's Mark Cannon. Well, I can't let you get away with that statement and not tell me your favorite bucket hat design that you own.
Well, I like the bigger ones that can cover my whole face when I'm out playing golf. You know,
but nothing flashy.
Not flashy, no, just big.
Shallow right. It's been a dangerous territory tonight. LeMahieu makes the catch, venturing out. 1 away. Second plate appearance for Jack Caglione. Infield has the shift on for the young lefty.
And Justin, as expected, a ton of family and friends in attendance watching Caglione tonight. He said he was more excited for this than he was his actual MLB debut, just wanting to know what the fans were going to be like here at Kauffman Stadium as he lines out to Jazz Chisholm Jr. Also, you mentioned earlier that he's from Plant City, Florida. He played at the University of Florida. He actually trained at the same gym as Anthony Volpe for a little while, and he does have some New York ties. His grandfather was born and raised in New York. He's a huge Yankees fan, so he's probably watching at home tonight. He said he's 96 years old, wasn't going to make it, but certainly watching tonight's game.
And Caglione more amped up about his homecoming here to Kauffman Stadium. Said he was here last season right after he signed, came here in the off season, but this is home now. Said he spent his off day looking for apartments, David, and he visited a card shop.
And bought some cards of some former Royals players, which was kind of cool.
Maybe Coney was in that pack.
We didn't ask him. We'll ask him tomorrow.
They'll find the cost of living is pretty reasonable here if you're going apartment shopping compared to New York. He hung in there on Max Fried. You know, he was looking at this last at bat, to see if he, Max Fried would show him the curveball and the tight spin, the variety of breaking balls that Fried has. But he hung in there and hit a bullet right at Chisholm.
Fried misses off the edge.
Fried's got, that kind of spin on his breaking stuff that can really test a left-handed batter. Sweepers, of course, that Koufax style curveball.
Comes back inside with the heater at 95. It's a deep bag for Max Fried.
Deep bag and tight spin. Regularly around 3,000 RPMs on his breaking stuff, curveball and sweeper. And that's elite. Just a buzzsaw.
2-2. Reach for a blooper, drops in. First hit for the Royals against Max Fried since the second.
Nice job by Fermin. Go down and dig that curveball. Stay on it. Get it to the outfield grass.
Fried had retired 10 straight. So here's the 9-hitter, Drew Waters. Yankees lead 5-1. With a pretty nice lead over at first. Playing with fire over there.
Max Fried can pick you off when you're not even looking to steal and just completely fool you if he wants to.
Chase the four-seamer.
Strikes out of those 63 pitches so far from Fried. Great shape. Looking to get the third out here in the fifth.
Fried ready with the 1-2. And it's whacked foul. Fried would love to get the 9-hitter here, not face the top of Kansas City's lineup until the 6th inning. 1-2. There's the curveball and strike three. Fried freezes Waters. And he retires the side. Oh, David, right in my wheelhouse. Burnt ends in KC. Thanks so much, Bob. Let's go around the majors. The Red Sox calling up one of the top prospects in all of baseball last night. Roman Anthony made his debut in a wild game at Fenway. Jose Ramirez remaining white hot, nothing to do there. And Pete Alonso remaining on his tear. But man, you got Roman Anthony last night. Jack Caglione making his home debut here for the Royals. Well, the Brewers called up one of the top right-handers in all of baseball, Jacob Mizorowski, today. Denzel Clark, Spider-Man for the A's. There's a lot of excellent youth on display here in the majors.
That was an unbelievable catch. There's just no two ways about it. I mean, everybody's got, oh, that's the greatest catch I ever saw kind of a line, right? That's up there.
Who made the greatest catch in the outfield playing behind you?
Brian McRae at Yankee Stadium. right over his head. He had to dive. It's like almost like a wide receiver diving out, and, with his back to the batter.
A bouncer. Witt. Spinning. In time. Pretty play by the Royals shortstop. One away.
Just tremendous body control. Watch how far he goes. And the pirouette, how under control that is. That's the last part there is the body control and the athleticism. He made that last part look so easy.
Leaving his feet on the throw after the throw. Excellent play.
A lot of guys get there, but that wheel and deal at the end, dishing and swishing. Made something very difficult look very easy.
New career high in pitches thrown for Noah Cameron, so he appreciates defense like that. Chisholm's 0 for 2 tonight. Yankees up 5-1 in the top of the 6th. And Jazz sends it deep in the air to right. Caglione moving back. Caglione watches it bounce off the base of the wall. Chisholm will wheel into second base, a 1-out double. Yankees have a runner in scoring position.
Jazz goes out and kind of hooks that ball. That ball's middle away, trying to get to the outside corner, and watch him reach and extend and get the bat head out in front. Caglione, yeah, a little bit of a false step. Did not get a great jump there, but that ball was smoked over his head.
Dominguez will bat with Chisholm in scoring position. He's 2 for 2. Dunked 2 pitches into shallow right. Royals warming up a right-hander, Taylor Clark.
Jonathan India kind of keeping a close eye on Jazz Chisholm at second, because he's got eyeballs for third right now. He's always looking.
Trying to process whether he can beat Garcia to the bag. Little start and stop for Jazz. 2-1.
The value of just the threat of stealing can be a distraction. You see that last pitch up and out over the plate. He couldn't finish it. That bothered me more than anything. So it's almost the threat of stealing and the dancing that can really bother a pitcher.
3-1. Roped on the ground. Garcia. Chisholm stays put at second. 2 away. And that is going to do it for Noah Cameron. They gave up a 2-run shot to Judge in the first. Looked to settle down, but then fell into some 2-out trouble in the fourth. Austin Wells hit a 3-run shot off the lefty rookie. And his night is over with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Well, the Yankees return to Prime tomorrow to take on the Royals. Don't miss a minute of the Yankees beginning at 7 o'clock, only on Prime. Kansas City celebrating their 2 world titles earlier this season, having the 1985 and 2015 squads out earlier this year. Yankees up 5-1 at the top of the 6th. 2 outs, runner at second. Righty Taylor Clark on in relief of Noah Cameron against DJ LeMahieu. Cameron on the hook for the runner at second, and Chisholm. LeMahieu smoked a pitch back up the middle for a base hit in the fourth. Scored on the Wells 3-run homer. As the Yankees try and add another with 2 outs. Catches the bottom of the zone.
That's Clark's #1 pitch. He kind of pitches off of that slider, throws it more than any other pitch. %40 of the time you're going to see a slider from Clark. Four-seamer a little over 30% of the time, so that's what you call leading with your breaking ball.
He's pitching with a speedy runner at second. 2-1. Now 2-2.
Opposing batters coming into this game batting .095 off of that slider. That's why he's throwing it a lot.
Let's see if he goes back to it with 2 strikes. Jazz breaks for third. Pitch is outside. Throw to third. It won't be in time. Garcia runs to retrieve the ball. And Chisholm has stolen base number 10 on the season.
It's like he might have got that one off of his helmet. Again, another sliding down and away for Mean, bounces and fires. And indeed it does, right off the top of his helmet.
There's no way for him to even see that.
No, got a little leather first, but a ricochet off the glove to the top of the helmet.
What you don't see hurts the most.
And then into his knee. Definitely got shaken up a bit.
Yankee training staff out at third base as Jazz remains on a knee. So Garcia was playing off the bag. Chisholm was dancing around off second. Goes on 2-2. And now the Yankees with a run 90 feet away. Everyone back to the dugout. So it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And LeMahieu lifts it. Foul, first base side. Will there be room for Perez? No. Three and two again. Clark's pitch. Misses low, ball 4. LeMahieu draws a walk. The Audi electric moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today. David with 2 outs, 3-run bomb for Wells. And he has a chance to do it again.
Yeah, that was a long at bat. Fouled off several pitches. And won the battle in the end.
Now trying to go for his 6th career homer against the Royals, batting with 2 out, runners at the corners. Yankees up 5-1, trying to add to their lead.
Just really solid power numbers from Wells. 11 homers and 39 RBIs. OPS up to 762. You look up and down the Yankee lineup, they can throw lineups out there where every single hitter is above average compared to Major League OPS. Everybody can be in the 700s, which is very rare, and much deeper lineup this year than last year.
Pretty good presence to have in the 9th spot.
Remember last year when Luis Severino was joking with his Yankee teammates and saying, "Oh, you guys only have 2 hitters." It's not the case this year.
One and two. And it's lifted foul again. Yankees have a chance to really blow this game open right here. 1 and 2. And the pitch.
Start the game at 6:40 Central Time. It's still light out. Here we are in the 6th inning. We're still in twilight.
When was the last time you did a 7th inning stretch and it was light out? When a non-day game?
Yes.
Shot down the left field line. Foul again.
Another tough at-bat from Wells, fighting off several pitches.
Chisholm at third, LeMahieu at first with 2 outs. 5-1 Yankees, top of the 6th. And it's outside. Another full count. The Yankees making Taylor Clark really work out of the bullpen.
Wells saw 7 pitches his last at-bat.
And number 8 in this at-bat on its way. 3 balls, 2 strikes. LeMahieu breaks. That's clipped foul.
Hit a home run rather in his last at-bat on the 9th pitch he saw. There's the 9th pitch of this at-bat coming now.
The 3-2. Rolled foul. So in just 2 plate appearances here in the middle portions of this game, if you just strip it down to the studs, the Yankees' number 9 hitter seeing 19 total pitches in 2 plate appearances. Payoff. Rope down the right field line. It is a fair ball. It'll bounce into the corner. Chisholm will be able to walk home. LeMahieu getting the wave around from third. He'll score no problem. It is a 2-run double for Austin Wells. Yankees have broken it open. Now 7-1. And a 5 RBI night for the Yankees 9 hitter.
Yeah, have a game, Austin Wells. Back-to-back incredibly tough at-bats and rewarded at the end.
A home run and a double tonight for Austin Wells. Here's Paul Goldschmidt. Ties his career high in runs driven in. was around this time last year, David, where Wells really picked up the production after having a tough luck beginning to the season.
Yeah, that's a great point. Swinging the bat with confidence. The times we've seen Austin Wells struggle is when he's jumping at a lot of first pitches. Trying to, almost avoiding getting to 2 strikes. And now a confident hitter doesn't mind getting to 2 strikes.
Weak bouncer, left side, going to be a tough play. Garcia won't have one. And Goldschmidt gets to first base. Over to third goes Wells. The Yankees really forcing Clark to labor out of the bullpen.
When it rains, it pours. Even when you make a good pitch and it gets chopped, you got no chance to get an out.
Comes the pitching coach Brian Sweeney out to the mound to talk with Clark.
Life moves, and so should your connection. Get fast and reliable speeds on the network that moves with you. Spectrum.
Trent Grisham at the plate. Yankees have scored twice with 2 outs this inning, and they're looking for more. Up 7-1 here in the series opener against the Royals. Along with David Cohn and Meredith Marakovitz, I'm Justin Shackle. Start of a 6-game road trip for the first place Yankees. A win tonight would put them back to 15 games above 500. Grisham 0 for 2 with a walk. Aaron Judge waits on deck.
It's 23 pitches now from Taylor Clark, trying to get an out. Gonna have 2 hits, a run, and a walk. Came in with 2 outs, still trying to finish the inning.
Wells at third, Goldschmidt at first. When you continue to sink in the quicksand, it cannot be fun knowing that Judge is in the on-deck circle. Falls behind Grisham.
That's what this Yankee lineup can do, is push you out of the strike zone, chase you out. You're afraid to get a lot of the plate with your pitches. You start nibbling. 14 strikes and 11 balls from Clark.
Foul to the net.
That's what a relentless offense can do to pitching staffs. Push your pitch counts up, make you afraid to throw the ball over the plate a little bit.
Another foul ball. Lined into right field. Caglione will have to play it on a hop. Scoring from third is Wells. Up to second, Goldschmidt. RBI single for Trent Grisham. It is now 8-1 Yankees. And with Taylor Clark approaching 30 pitches, he is yet to retire a batter. And now he has to deal with Aaron Judge.
Another deep at bat from a Yankee hitter. And when you fight off those tough pitches and you make the pitcher go deep, you end up getting something to hit. A hanger right there.
2 on for Judge. And he pops it up. Shallow right field. Racing over Caglione. Still coming on. It's a fair ball. Scoring from second is Goldschmidt. Grisham goes to third. That right field line wreaking havoc for the Royals tonight. The Yankees benefiting. RBI single for Judge. 9-1 Yanks.
Wow. On the Royals side, when it rains, it pours. Just another example of how much green there is to cover in this Royals outfield. And of course, when it's down the line like that, it's next to impossible to get to.
Ninth hitter of the inning for the Yankees. And Bellinger floats it into right center field. That's a base hit. Grisham scores from third. Judge wheels and goes to third base. An RBI single for Bellinger. 10-1 Yankees. And what a way to record your 1,000th career hit. Tack on an RBI on top of it for Cody Bellinger.
A 1,000 of anything's a good thing. Nice round number.
Here's Volpe, grounded out to short to begin the inning. Yankees have scored 5 runs in the 6th inning, and only now is another pitcher getting up in the bullpen. 31 pitches thrown and no outs recorded for Taylor Clark. It's it foul.
Been a Murphy's Law inning for Taylor Clark. Even when he did make good pitches, the Yankees either fouled it off or blooped it in or chopped an infield hit.
The Yankees in just this inning, 5 for 6 with runners in scoring position. They're 6 for 10 in tonight's game. A ball and a strike to Volpe. Swings over a slider. Just like the Yankees with Luke Weaver, this Royal bullpen missing a key piece with their setup man in Lucas Ursek. They're battling down a man in that pen. Soft bouncer. India's up with it. And that will retire the side. No, the Yankees score 5 runs on 6 hits. They leave 2. Bottom of the 6th, 10-1 Yankees. Time for the pitching decisions presented by Sage. All right, David, what are you seeing from Max Fried here tonight?
I saw a little extra on his fastball, a little extra hop. Sometimes you show up, you got a little more life on it, and of course he can bounce off the mound and field his position with the best of them. And yeah, that curveball's always in his back pocket.
1 run on 3 hits so far for Max Fried over 5 innings, and now he's pitching with a 10-1 lead. Pitch efficient, playing his position phenomenally.
He's got his good stuff tonight. Run his A game.
It stands out when you see the line in just 2 strikeouts.
That's the beauty of Max Fried. I mean, that's why his pitch count is so under control here. In a day and age where everybody is chasing swing and misses, he's chasing innings. He's chasing wins.
7th in the American League in innings pitched entering tonight. And right now in line to be the first in baseball to 9 wins. It's terrific sub-2 ERA.
Maximum velocity tonight, 98 miles an hour on his 4-seamer.
This one shot down the left field line and foul.
Look at that. Noted Yankee fan Alfonso Ribeiro. Not unusual to see him at a Yankee game. You do the Carlton Banks, David? I know you got some dance moves coming up on the story of my number.
Yeah, not very good either.
No?
Yeah, that was a legendary dance.
Is Alfonso?
He's a big golfer. I see him at a lot of charity golf tournaments.
Two to India. He sends it high in the air to center field. Grisham moving back at the wall. It bounces off the top of the wall and over for a home run. Jonathan India takes Max Fried deep to center and is now 10-2 Yankees. It's a good catch by the fan out there too.
On the ricochet. Looked like a changeup. See the grip, and you can see it was a changeup. And that allowed India to get the bent head out just enough and smoke it to almost the deepest part of the park.
Look at that. Didn't even leave his seat. Witt lines it into left center for a base hit. Sharp turn by Witt. They'll play it in. So the Royals, the first two batters here this inning against Fried, a home run, a hard hit single.
And right out of the box, that's the type of player Bobby Witt Jr. is, thinking double, even down 10-2. Watch this, that's how it's done. And then hit the brakes. And Fried had a long layoff with a 5-run inning last inning.
Little tapper, Volpe, quick to second, and they do get him. Witt is out on the force. LeMahieu just kept his foot on the bag. Witt is staying put at second. See on the replay.
The length of DJ LeMahieu clearly stayed on the bag there. What a nice play.
Scored 6-4 on the force out. Garcia's hit first, and here comes Vinny Pasquantino. Pasquantino 1 for 2 tonight.
You never complain as a starting pitcher when your team has long innings and score a bunch of runs, but yeah, he sat down for a long time last half inning.
It's the necessary collateral.
Take it every time. See if he dials it back in here.
How'd you stay loose during long innings when your offense was scoring?
Stand up and give him high fives.
With the left hand, right?
Yeah, with the lefty. Sometimes there's a little stationary bike you can go down underneath and ride. Just keep your legs loose a little bit, but for the most part, you take it.
1-2. Misses to Pasquantino. The good thing is, 78 pitches, the
Yankees are going to give him enough time to shake off, for lack of a better phrase, any rust that he may have built up during that big inning, because no one's warming up in the bullpen. Obviously, no need to have anyone up with that pitch count so low, the type of pitcher Max Fried is. You trust him to figure it out here. Just ball bags and water bottles. Garcia's at first. Payoff pitch coming to Pasquantino. Got him. There's the sinker at 95, 2 away.
He's had a good one of these tonight. Some late movement on that two-seam fastball. Pasquantino right over the top of it. In the strike zone.
Salvador Perez hitting with 2 outs. Runner at first. Perez's numbers are down across the board in 2025. And he rolls it to the left side. Chisholm wheels around, has time, and the throw is wide. Garcia moves to third, and the Royals will have runners at the corners.
Sometimes you're a victim of your own range. And certainly a little bit of lack of familiarity at third base, but you know, you're taught to go get everything, but you can see he's going the wrong way. You're not supposed to go backwards. You're supposed to cut off the shortstop in front, and if you don't, you let the shortstop have it.
Well, that's going to bring Matt Blake out of the dugout.
This baseball season, nothing hits like Dunkin'. Always a fan favorite. Swinging today. America runs on Dunkin'.
That is ruled a hit and an error on Chisholm.
Third base is all about angles. You know, you learn that with more experience.
And there's been so much conversation about Jazz Chisholm, third base, the very first steps you take on a number of different types of balls that head in that direction. And there you want to cut across. Two on, 2 out for Mark Canha. And he pops it up. LeMahieu puts it away. A lengthy inning for Max Fried. Royals get a run on 3 hits. They leave 2. On to the 7th, 8-run lead.
Baseball is built on rituals. Some cherished classics, some new traditions. From the field to the fans. Rituals are what make the game, the game. And through every pitch, every inning, every moment, Banana Boat has got you covered. Banana Boat Sunscreen. Part of your game day ritual.
Buying this boat was a total no-brainer.
Okay, I get it. You say no-brainer and the guy with no brain shows up.
I'm sorry, we meant our new boat.
For a new boat? You don't call me. You call State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is...
There?
I was gonna say that.
He's right. Your State Farm agent can help you choose the right coverage for your new boat and your RV. It's kind of a no-brainer. Easy decision.
All right.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Ace's new Yard RX program prescribes the best lawn care, specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, now you can get a personal prescription delivered to you from the helpful folks at Ace. You'll get everything you need at our best price each season, guaranteed. From our store to your front door, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
All right, David, it's time for Name That Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. I don't know. I think we have a layup for the start of a road trip. Started his career with the Royals, had a stint with the famous 2001 Oakland A's, part of the Boston Idiots of 2004 before a tenure with the Yankees.
Long career.
He was a running Brave at Dr. Phillips High School.
Oh, the running Brave, huh? All right. I had to give a shout out today to Singing. Ken Singleton's birthday today.
Yes. Happy birthday, Kenny.
We miss you, Singing.
Daniel Lynch the fourth. One of two lefties for the Royals. Third pitcher of the game for Kansas City. He's up 8. Strikes Chisholm out, 1 away.
Just ties him up in knots, up and in. Maybe a little cut or something, spinning up and in. Kind of fooled Jazz. You see, gets locked up.
Dominguez with 2 singles that dunked down the right field line earlier tonight. And a liner back up the middle into center field. A 3-hit night for Jason Dominguez.
That'll help his right-handed batting average. He was due a few. No blooper this time. Inside out.
Whether they dink, dunk, or dart, they all count. So 3 hits against lefty pitching for Jason Dominguez tonight. The Yankees ahead by 8 in the top of the 7th. DJ LeMahieu's reached base tonight twice. Here you see he's not taking any chances. 2 oven mitts. That cake in the oven's really hot.
Yes.
Dominguez injured his thumb on the last road trip. Cost him a couple of days. He's back in the lineup on the recent homestand and said he's going to wear oven mitts on both hands going forward.
Well, he originally wore the one on the right hand to protect his throwing hand. But when you slide, he uses his left hand sliding to the outside of the bag. And that was the thumb that got jammed.
Misses inside. You know what I love? It just the equipment, the swag that comes with it. It just transcends and trickles down all the way to the youth levels. And just watching some young baseball players walking around with the oven mitts in their back pocket
oven mitts,
as they're getting ready to play.
The shoe game, the belt game's big now too. Look at that belt.
Here's Wells, big night for him. A 3-run homer, 2-run double, 5 driven in. There's a chance for more here. Yankees up 10-2 in the top of the 7th. There was all these viral clips that catch a laugh, and you have some really good ones with youth baseball players. Maybe they're dancing to these walk-up songs at the Little League Park. There's one with a player with an oven mitt in his back pocket, but it's a literal oven mitt. Probably took it from the kitchen. He has it in his back pocket.
Style points. I've seen a couple where the guy walks up, the batter walks up to home plate and does this little dance, and the catcher's dancing with him too, because you can't help but get into it.
Wells fouls it to the net. Well, the Yankees entered tonight with a .271 batting average against left-handed pitching this season. A really good mark for a cumulative lineup, and they continued to produce against lefty pitching this season.
Wells now with 23 extra base hits on the year, 11 home runs, 11 doubles, and a triple in there. Doing some damage.
The 3-2. In there, called strike 3. Wells thought it was ball 4.
I think he just gave up on that pitch. That was clearly in the zone. Get another look. That's got the plate.
A hard slider from Lynch. Here's Goldschmidt.
Lynch is kind of taking to his new role in the bullpen. Converted starter.
Rolled over to third. Good pick by Garcia. Now he's going to make the long throw. They get Goldschmidt. Good play by Garcia to retire the side. Yankees put their pair on. They strand him. Time to get up and stretch in KC. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Jack. There you see the game summary. 10-2. 10 runs, 13 hits. Yankees have put up at least 5 runs in 16 innings this season, the most in Major League Baseball, as we see Oswald Peraza take over at third base for Jazz Chisholm Jr. Remember, he took a baseball and a glove off the noggin while stealing third base back in the 6th inning.
Yeah, Meredith will be all over that very soon.
Max Fried facing Jack Caglione, the rookie. A bouncer. Goldschmidt. Fried. One away. Gary De Los Santos warming up in the Yankee bullpen. Here's Freddie Fermin. Curveball at 74. Nose to toes, catching the outside corner.
He's thrown a fastball at 98 miles an hour tonight and a curveball at 74.
Volpe. 2 away. Tomorrow on Yes, don't miss a new episode of The Story of My Number as Gracie Cashman sits down with our own David Cohn for an inside look at the numbers that defined his career. Catch the new episode presented by the New York Lottery tomorrow after the postgame on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. So you got up out of your chair and you were dancing with Gracie Cashman?
I tried.
Yeah.
It was not a good effort. We had a little choreograph together. We were trying to match up moves, and I didn't follow direction very well.
Give us a little tease, a genre of music.
Well, it was more about. It was probably more like it was a choreographed show tune almost, you know, in terms of trying to choreograph moves and coming up with, you know, sort of, you know, a little cone head move or something, you know, finally get a dance.
Wait, time to do that again?
You know, the little cone head, and there was a couple other moves in there. But she kind of choreographed for me. She's great, by the way.
I saw you do that move in the nightclub bathroom when El Duque was taking center stage.
He was kind of a takeoff on that, you know, the cone head, little wiggle in there, you know. But I got no wiggle left.
Freed gets Waters to swing and miss with the heater. 1, 2, 3, bottom of the 7th. Yanks up 8. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. By Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. And by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. High fives all around for Max Fried in the Yankee dugout. 7 innings of 2-run ball for the Yankees left-hander. Right now in line for a 9th win of the season.
Solid effort for Max Fried. 91 pitches, 61 strikes, 4 strikeouts, no walks.
Some new pitcher Trevor Richards in the game. Tyler Tolbert has taken over at third base. Michael Garcia shifting to short. Bobby Witt Jr. out of the game.
Max Fried tonight, 11 outs on the ground, none in the air. So you look at it, oh yeah, 4 strikeouts, no walks, 11 ground ball outs. That is classic Max Fried.
That's when you know he's on top of his game. Yankees scored 2 in the first. 2-run bomb from Aaron Judge. That landed on the roof of the Royals Hall of Fame in left field in the first. Austin Wells hit a 3-run shot in the 4th, and the Yankees scored 5 runs on 6 hits in the 6th inning, highlighted by a 2-run double from Austin Wells. All that coming with 2 outs. Line to center, base hit for Grisham. Multi-hit night for the Yankees center fielder. Let's take a look at the Yankee bullpen budget. An off day yesterday, and some pitchers needing it, David. Bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens.
Nothing like an off day to reset everybody.
Here's Aaron Judge. It's the first pitch foul. 2-hit night for the captain.
Yeah, that home run he hit should count as a couple of runs, like a 3-point rule in basketball. Right? You hit one 470 feet. That should count more than what it did.
That was from the half-court logo.
Yes. It made Seth Curry blush.
Yeah.
If you saw that.
One. Rips to the net.
Richards a familiar foe, longtime Toronto Blue Jay. Yankees have seen him a lot. He's always had a really good changeup. Can throw it any time.
Judge has homered off Richards, and he scorches it foul off to the third base side.
Fried and Austin Wells. Still talking about that outing tonight. A bouncer to second. India shuttles to second, gets the out there. Oh, looked like his only play was going to be to first. Quick instincts from India. One away. Hey, congratulations to Cody Bellinger on being voted the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. Over 6 games, hit .333, had a home run, drove in 3. Tonight, with a base hit, an RBI single in the 6th to record his 1,000th career hit.
Notice a lot of people heading for the exits after that last Aaron Judge at bat. He's the kind of guy that you kind of hang around for.
It's really noticeable. It's almost like maybe rain had started to fall and people are taking cover.
That's what you call a move the needle kind of a player, right? Aaron Judge obviously moves the needle. So does Bobby Witt Jr.
Bellinger sends it into shallow left. Canna toward the line. 2 away. Judge and Salvador Perez. Long-time anchor of this Royals offense.
Yeah, he's a Royals Hall of Famer. In my opinion, Salvador Perez's number will go right up there in the Royals Hall of Fame, where Judge hit that home run. Those numbers right there, Frank White, Dick Howser, George Brett, Salvy's numbers going up there, in my opinion, along with Jackie Robinson over to the left. Number 13 will be going up there.
Salvador Perez, 39 home runs away from tying George Brett for the most in Royals history. 278 homers entering tonight. They honor that 2015 team. He was the only one still in uniform. And impressive to say, because he's a catcher.
And he's so much more than that. Obviously the numbers are there, but a high character guy in the community, on the team, the captain. We talk about Aaron Judge and Bobby Witt and the makeup that means so much. He's one of those guys. Where just a solid citizen as well.
Oh, and 2 with 2 outs to Volpe. 10-2 Yankees, top of the 8th. Little tapper, tough play for Tolbert, throws on the run, way off the mark. Judge is going to take third base, as Volpe will be safe over at first. Likely a hit and an error, and the Yankees have runners at the corners.
Would have had to almost barehand that with Volpe running. Once it hit the glove, there's no chance. There's one chance here. With this kid running, you got to barehand this ball. And even then, it was a tall order.
Oswald Peraza's first plate appearance tonight. It is a hit and an E5. Peraza taking over for Chisholm. The Yankees will have Clark Schmidt on the mound tomorrow night against another left-hander for this Royals team as Peraza sends it foul. Chris Bubic has pitched really well.
He's tough.
Bubic will enter tomorrow with a 1.43 earned run average. Though, you look at his win-loss, and I know those numbers aren't everything, but he's 5-3. It illustrates the lack of run support that this Royals team can put up for their pitchers.
No doubt about it.
1-2.
That's why I like, some of the metrics when you look at pitchers of what they can just control. It tells a story. Fielder independent pitching is one of those metrics. It just tells you exactly what the pitcher did.
Peraza chases, and that'll do it for the Yankees in the 8th. We go to the bottom half, 10-2, Yanks. All right, David, time to name that Yankee. It's a 1 rating. Part of a championship Yankees roster and a Red Sox roster and a Royals farmhand, Johnny Damon.
Yes. Clean-shaven Johnny Damon.
Breaking in with the Royals. Seen that game in the '96 opener when it was snowing? I think he was. A massive sequence here in Game 3 of the '09 World Series. Johnny De Los Santos pitches.
Johnny Damon was a winner wherever he went.
Nobody at third. World champion for the Yankees. Shallow right. LeMahieu on the dive, and he makes the catch. DJ LeMahieu with some range toward the outfield. 1 away.
I was talking to DJ LeMahieu before the game, and he was telling me how good he feels for the first time in a long time. His balance, his feet. A little extra proof right here. Covered some ground, making a nice play.
Here's Tyler Tolbert, first plate appearance.
See, all of a sudden you think, wow, the Yankees, we got above average offense at second base now and above average defense. You know he's a good defender. You take that and run.
He said second base is the position that he's most comfortable at right now at this stage in his career. We're seeing why. The numbers on De Los Santos. Roller to the left side, through the gloves of Peraza and Volpe and into left field for a base hit. So Tyler Tolbert, the rookie, with a hit, his first career major league hit. Snakes right through.
It's an unbelievable feeling for a young man.
And he gets the ball.
So many thoughts and emotions racing through your mind.
Ben Rice behind the dish. In these rare instances where the Yankees will stick Rice at catcher, they're going to do it right here, up by 8.
And guys, it was just announced that Jazz Chisholm Jr. left the game with some neck tightness. I'll talk to him after the game, see how severe that is, but something to keep an eye on the rest of the series.
Yeah, Meredith, Jazz getting hurt on that stolen base attempt at third. The ball and the glove both hitting him in the helmet. He left the game. He just came back from the injured list, and we're seeing the difference that he can make for a lineup, yes, but just within an individual game with all his tools. The Yankees, in many ways, can't afford to lose him again.
Yes, you know, he plays the game hard. Stealing third base with 2 outs there.
This pitch is low. So a single and a walk allowed by De Los Santos as Garcia takes first base. Here comes Vinny Pasquantino. You know, the Royals, they entered tonight 4th in the American League Central, and they're 2 games over 500 at the moment. So it's been a very competitive Central division. And yet, here comes the AL East, David, after a lot of people said it was a down division in 2025.
It's a great point. Toronto's played exceptionally well lately. Tampa Bay as well. Boston's got the rookies coming up now. Roman Anthony made his debut the other night. Got a ways to go here. And you look at the Royals and the numbers, you know, a lot of people make, you know, a big deal about run differential, how many you score, how many you give up. Coming into this game, the Yankees scored 349 runs. Before this game, they've got another 10 spot on it. The Royals just 226 runs scored. There's the story. The Royals have actually given up less runs than the Yankees. Their pitching staff overall has produced better than the Yankees pitching staff overall. Just 235 runs given up coming into this game. Add 10 to that. The Yankees have given up 254 runs coming into this game.
Pasquantino fouls it off.
Hence the call-up of you know, the young right fielder, Caglione.
Yeah, when you look at it offensively, the Yankees, they entered tonight leading all of baseball in walk rate and home runs, and the Royals are last in both categories. Take a look at the AL East standings. Again, the Blue Jays and the Rays playing really good baseball. Entering today, Tampa had won 15 of its last 19.
The Orioles dug such a big hole. They've actually played better lately as well.
This one line foul near the tarp. There you see the Central Division. A division that had 3 playoff teams last season, David. Tigers, their late season success carrying over here into 2025. Pasquantino pops it up. Looks like another chance for LeMahieu on the outfield grass. Makes the catch to away. So 2 outs. And you know what, David? Right now, or at least entering play today, the AL East would have 3 playoff teams.
Yes. Out of nowhere.
So for those who thought, oh, the Yankees a couple weeks ago, they were up 7 games. Look, it's a long summer. Perez reached on an infield single in the 6th. 10-2 Yankees, bottom of the 8th.
It's such a different dynamic now, though. I think we're into the 3rd year of the balanced schedule now, where everybody plays everybody, as opposed to that unbalanced schedule where you had to beat up on each other within your division so much. I like this schedule the way it is now. If you're the Royals now, you get to see the Dodgers come in here to Yankee Stadium. You get to see everybody, either on the road or at home.
One, 2 in the dirt. Yeah, every 2 years, if you are a fan here in Kansas City, you know you are going to come to Kauffman Stadium and have a chance to see Shohei Ohtani.
Exactly.
The 2-2. Roped foul. It would be a big boost for this Yankees pitching staff if De Los Santos can get through this inning, perhaps pitch the 9th as well. No one warming up in the Yankee bullpen. Got him to go. Changeup low in the dirt. Perez swings right over it. And Yerry De Los Santos and the Yankees strand a pair as we go to the 9th. Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam on the defense on the left side of the Yankees infield. Well, first off, it's Bobby Witt Jr.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Gold Glove caliber play right there from a Gold Glover at short.
The wheel around. And Dominguez, that pitch snared by Caglione, moving from right to first, and the rookie makes an impressive play on his first test. And the crowd acknowledging it. One away. Caglione's at first, John Reeves in right.
Well, this is his natural position, and he was outstanding at the University of Florida at playing first base. And they obviously have played him in right field here just to get him to the big leagues. But he's real comfortable at first. See John Reeves now in right field.
So Caglione robbing Dominguez of a 4-hit night. LeMahieu reached base 3 times tonight. DJ making a couple of nice plays at second base as well. This has been a good game from the bottom third of the Yankee lineup. Get Austin Wells hitting 9th tonight, David. As the 9-hitter, he saw 28 total pitches.
Yeah, Yankees bottom of the order was pretty tough.
This is lined into center field, moving back is Waters. That's going to find the gap. And LeMahieu with a sharp turn, rolling into second. He'll slide in safely with a double. 4th time tonight, LeMahieu's reached base. A multi-hit night as well.
Another good sign as you see DJ LeMahieu turns on a ball this time, an off-speed pitch, looked like a little slider. That's classic DJ LeMahieu style. He kind of hits the fastball the other way and turns on the off-speed stuff. Gonna throw a double up on his ledger here for tonight.
A double, a single, 2 walks, and 2 runs scored. Here's Ben Wright's first plate appearance tonight. Rice was the odd man out against the lefty Noah Cameron, who started tonight. And with this game comfortably in the Yankees' grasp at the moment, Rice getting some reps behind the dish at catcher. He pops it up on the outfield grass. Tyler Tolbert makes the catch and hung up there. Hey fans, the Gotham Sports app is your home for streaming live Yankees games and so much more, and it's free with an eligible TV provider subscription. Download the Gotham Sports app now or visit GothamSports.com to get streaming. J.C. Escara is going to be pinch hitting for the Yankees in place of Paul Goldschmidt. So now you wonder, David, bottom of the 9th, you're going to have Ben Rice move to first or Escara pick up the first base glove and keep Rice behind the plate. They'll tell you every inning is valuable.
To be determined, yes. You talked to, Tanner Swanson, the catching guru, who's widely respected in the league, especially with all the ex-Yankee catchers everywhere else. He says Ben Rice is legit behind home plate, and his catching skills are legit. course, we know how the Yankees feel about Escara, and his metrics have really been outstanding as well. Both Wells and Escara rank very highly in framing runs. We know they all can swing the bat too. That's how you end up with a guy like, you know, Narvaez in Boston. You got to make a choice, right? I mean, it's easy to look back and say, hey, we shoulda, coulda, woulda. The Yankees have a lot of talent at the catcher position, and more on the way in the pipeline.
Pitch gets away from Fermin. It allows LeMahieu to take third. If you have Luis Torrens playing games for the Mets, you were able to trade Jose Trevino for what's been a reliable reliever in Fernando Cruz. You obtained Jazz Chisholm, big reason why. Augustin Ramirez, who's had a great start to his big league career. All catchers in the Yankee system. Chopped hard to second, and India gives to a covering Richards. Side retired as the Yankees strand LeMahieu at third. Will go to the bottom of the ninth. They'll try and wrap up a 10-2 lead. The upcoming schedule is brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers, and tonight starts a stretch of 16 games in 16 days, David. So you have these three here in Kansas City, first trip to Fenway Park, and then a homestand that features 4 against the Angels and another division matchup next weekend. Fans, stay tuned. After the final out tonight, J.C. Escara takes over at first base. It's the W.B. Mason Yankees postgame show coming up. Bob Lorenz, Jack Curry have all the highlights and analysis. Meredith Marakovitz gets player interviews in the clubhouse. And you can hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. It's all coming up next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Second inning of work for De Los Santos. Mark Canha at the plate. So if De Los Santos can get through this inning cleanly, what a massive lift it would be. Essentially 2 days off for the bulk of the bullpen.
He's got a good sinker, you know, mid-90s, good movement on it.
That would be the cherry on top of what has been a productive night for the Yankees. A mile-high pop-up. Rice with the mask off makes the catch. Tough play there. Ben Rice makes it, one away. You got 2 corner infielders breathing down your neck.
Absolutely, these are tough plays. You can go ahead and drop that mask if you want. You can hold on to that too and make the catch one-handed. And avoid Peraza.
Jack Caglione ropes a pitch into right field, base hit, and his first in a home white uniform at Kauffman Stadium. Well, for the crowd that did stick around, they appreciate that.
He has not looked overmatched at all since he's been in the big leagues, and to show you the strength, that's 111 miles an hour off of his bat, just a bullet. Strong, tremendous bat speed.
And when he began last week, he was hitting into a lot of hard luck, had 2 hits in roughly his first 20 at-bats or so, and then just turned it on.
See a lot of rookies get overmatched or have some funny swings when they first show up, especially against a guy like Fried. He didn't look that way tonight at all.
It was Fermin. Tomorrow night, Clark Schmidt, Chris Bubich. 6:40 first pitch locally here, 7:40 back home.
Yankees 2 outs away from picking up win number 40 of the season. Moving back to 15 games above 500. And picking up their 4th straight win of the season against the Royals. Tim Hill. Right now just standing in the bullpen. A roller to the left side, could be 2. Peraza to second, over to first, and is not in time. Oh, the game was over. But Fermin able to beat it out by a step or 2. So Caglione out at second. Fermin will be at first. Royals down to their final out. Aaron Judge hit a big 2-run homer. Austin Wells, 5 RBIs on the night. It sent it to shallow center. Base hit for Drew Waters. Fermin goes to second. And you see tomorrow's starter. Clark Schmidt. Carlos Rodon right next to him.
Okay, get cutter grip right there. See the cutter grip? Off center 4-seamer. It's the great Jim Bouton line. So I spent my whole life gripping a baseball only to come to realize it was the other way around. I fully understand that now.
Even off the mound, countless hours with a ball in your hand. India ropes it foul. And the Royals down to their final strike. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. The 1-2 misses in the dirt. India with a home run back in the 6th inning. De Los Santos ready again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And it just misses off the outside corner.
He thought about it. Got to make another pitch.
Now 3-2. Runners will take off. Here's the pitch. Low and away. And India draws a walk. And the Yankees will not get to the finish line with only 2 pitchers used tonight. As Boone signals to the bullpen. And a new pitcher will come in with the bases loaded as De Los Santos reached 40 pitches, Dave.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So De Los Santos exits, and Tim Hill will come on to pick up the final out tonight. Fans, Thursday on Yes, the Yankees and Royals wrap up this 3-game set here at the stadium. Coverage begins at 6:30 with Audi batting practice and the pregame with first pitch scheduled for 7:40 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. A signature of Kauffman Stadium, the fountains in the outfield. Tim Hill on to try and record the final out with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th. Yankees up 10-2. Fermin at third, Waters at second, India at first, and here's Tyler Tolbert.
Seems like Tim Hill comes in with the bases loaded a lot.
gave up his first hit with the backs full over the weekend against the Red Sox. But he's been money in these situations.
He is. He's the resident Houdini artist in the Yankee bullpen. Unfazed, cool as a cucumber out there.
Have fire, will put out. 1-1. Comes way inside. So now it's 3-1. We'd love to face just one batter right here. The pitch, line foul, third base side.
Nice play down the line.
Yeah. Nonchalantly just putting it through underneath the fence.
The ball was smoked. 109 miles an hour and snagged it.
No big deal. Counts now full. 3-2. Lifted into right field. Moving over toward the line, Bellinger. Bellinger makes the catch. That's the ball game. Yankees win it 10-2 to take the series opener here at Kauffman Stadium. Aaron Judge set the tone with a 2-run blast in the first. Austin Wells, a 5 RBI night, including a 3-run homer in the fourth, and Max Fried with 7 terrific innings as the Yankees pick up win number 40.
Max Fried was once again the stopper, as he has been all year long. Aaron Judge hit a home run that you just got to see to believe. And Austin Wells, big production, great at-bats. A lot of damage for that young man as well at the bottom of the order.
He was penciled in the 9th spot tonight. How did he respond? Austin Wells with a 3-run homer, a 2-run double. A 5 RBI night for the Yankee catcher as they cruise to a 10-2 win over the Royals. We'll be back to talk about it here from Kauffman Stadium after this.